How do? Welcome back to Baguettes and Asbos, Trading Up, Episode 2, Bonnie Blue. If you've not seen the first episode, go back and check it out. Right, let's get to it. So barring a good clean, aesthetically, we need to do one more thing. And that is some brand new shiny wheel trims. Lovely stuff. People say wheels make a car. And I think this little addition makes quite a big difference. It's a lovely, rainy, sunny day in Manchester. And next, we're going to give this a wash. But as you can see, there's a lot of sand and dirt from when we were doing the drive on the car. So we need to snow foam it first. We cannot put sponge on this and start swirling. It'll ruin the paint. We can't do that. So, snow foam. Now we've got the snow foam on, we just got to let it do its job, capture all that grit and dirt and just let it pull it off the car before we even touch this with a sponge. And we will do the 2 sponge method. There's a lot of 2s in this video. And then next, with the aid of Mazda helper, we're going to rinse it off. Typically it started raining, but I've jacked it up anyway. And we need to, as I said in the last video, swap this track rod end because I only did that one. And you're supposed to do them in pairs. So loosen this off, crack this. And the best way to do it probably is leave this in here and then crack it off. I've managed to just about get that cracked off. So then we'll get this bit out. Then we can thread that off and get the new one on. Normally you would mark these up. You can mark them up with a bit of tape or something like that and put the new ones on at the same place. But to be honest, the alignment's out on this anyway, so it needs doing. Not too precious about it. Alright, so I've loosened this nut. Now, if you were going to keep this, you probably have to be a little bit more careful than what I'm going to be. But always make sure you put the nut back on to protect the threads, otherwise you'll mushroom the end of this and you'll never get the bolt back on. It's a pain. And then, I'm not going to lie, I'd already loosened it. I have got a ball joint remover. It's like a fork that goes in there and you push it in and it'll wedge it down, but I always find I damage these seals, so I try not to use it if I don't have to. And in this instance, we didn't. These are sided, as you can see, so make sure you get the right ones. New one on. Now let's try and do this one-handed. This will be a bit stiffer than the one that's come out, but I have tried to line it up. There we go. New nut. And these actually come with split pins. So let's buzz that up. I've misplaced the new split pin, so I've just put this old one in. It'll do the job. So this one's ready, but I'm just going to have a quick look at what this rubbing noise is. I think it's just, this is perished, so something in here is just catching on the brake. There we have it. Track rod end done. Right, after a little bit of a drive and a few pumps, we need to re-bleed the clutch. So let's get that done, and then hopefully she'll be golden. Yeah boy, no more bubbles. A few big bad boys did come out, so hopefully that's solved that problem. Okay, so now we are ready for another test drive. I had a knocking coming from this rear quarter. I was wondering what it was, and it was just a jack and the bits rattling around in there. It wasn't screwed in there. Took that out just to test it, make sure everything's okay. Let's go. Go again. But apart from that, she is a lady. So in true YouTube fashion, what we thought was a little bit of knocking in the rear quarter turned out to be a broken top mount, and then that bolt is also rounded, and as you can see, it's all snapped off there. And so new dampers, which will blow the budget, but at least it'll be right, and at least it'll be safe. It wouldn't have got through the MOT anyway. Let's see if we can get this bolt off. We've managed to get it out. With these, it's actually the same as the Fiesta. It's even a Ford Motor Company damper. Above there's a nut welded on. So I managed to get to the top, cut the top of the nut off, and then knock it through. So all I've got to do is just put another nut and bolt on that when I do that, and obviously that's still got the threaded nut. It's a captive nut, it's called, when it's welded on. So yeah, let's just get some dampers and we should be good to go. Right, good news. We didn't need a full set of dampers, we just needed these top mounts. These are about £40.99, so we're around £520 altogether, but I will put the total on the screen now. And then basically we'll get this for an MOT. We did say, myself and John, that we weren't going to include the cost of the MOT just because the budget was so low. Hopefully it passes and then we can get it up for sale. It's the next day and the top mounts have arrived. So I'm going to get these mounted and then hopefully we won't have a springy back end. Another test drive, hopefully. This time, we are golden. It's a lovely sunny day. We've got no more knocking. Yeah, boy, I think she's ready for an MOT, baby. I'll have to have another assess of these tyres, though, to be fair, actually. I think they'll be okay. We'll see. If not, set of tyres and we'll get it sorted. I eyeballed the alignment and she is straight. Lovely. Straight as a roundabout, but no, I'm only joking. She's good. She is all good. We're back in the garage and tonight's task is these headlights. Blue Peter style. Here's one I've done earlier. I've sanded it down. I've lacquered it. It is wet lacquer, so it probably does need a couple more buffs. And it probably does look fantastic on the camera. But the reality is this is still wet. So once that's dried, give that a buff. But what we'll do is we'll put you on the time lapse and we'll go again. The process consists of 800 grit, going up to 1000 grit, going up to 1500 grit, all the way up to 3000 grit. Then a quick buff, lacquer, a little bit more buffing until it is nice and shiny. As we've said before, we're not professionals and this is not a how-to. What we do is we learn from our mistakes, and everything I've just done was wrong. Or at least I thought it was wrong, so I started again. I've sanded it all down again, all the lacquer's off it, I polished it up, and this is without lacquer. So this is the finish I've got. And what I did is basically I sanded it in one direction because I was getting loads and loads of swirl marks in it. So I sanded it in one direction, following the same process with the stepping up in grit on the sandpaper. And then I have got some Maguire's cutting compound and some Maguire's polish, and just polish these, and that's the finish I've got without any clear coat, because the clear coat actually distorts the light as well. So I am happy with that.
The next day.
We are down at AK Tyres. We're getting a new set of treads. £50 a corner, fitted, balanced, the lot. So that leaves us at £729, I believe. Right, she's back home. Johnny Reb has asked to borrow my chop saw, so I've stuck it in the back of Bonnie for him. John's going to come and pick up the car tomorrow, and he's taking it for an MOT, so fingers crossed it passes. Over to you, John.
There she is. Ready for a ticket. Come on, lads. She's going in. See you later.
There she is. Bonnie Blue.
The OJD.
She's done it. She's passed. Right, we need to get it cleaned, get some pictures and get it up for sale. Right, here she is. She's tucked away. She's done. She's passed. She's ready to go up for sale. So what I'm going to do is I'll end the video here, and what I'll do in the next series of trading up, I'll tell you how much we got for it and what the budget is on the next one. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, tell your mum and tell your nan.